tonight's Thursday Night Live Legacy Team Training Call. Tonight is February the 14th of 2019, and first and foremost, I want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. Hope you had a great day today, and we appreciate you getting on tonight's call. And I want to welcome all the new people who have joined us today. And this past week has been a record new enrollments, new people joining, new customers joining, new associates joining. So we want to welcome you to our family. Real quickly, a little bit about our team. We call our team the Legacy Team. Each leader, we've got so many great leaders, might have their own branch of leadership and their own trainings and their own calls and Facebook pages and stuff like this. But if you're on tonight's call, you're part of the Legacy Team, which is what I call my team, and we want to welcome you here. We do have some other broadcasts for text messages. So a few times a month we'll send out an update or news through a text message. You can join that by going to Legacy Team Text, and that's LegacyTeamText.com, LegacyTeamText.com. We also have a Facebook page. We call that Legacy Team Facebook.com. Pretty easy to remember. And a little bit about that page. I personally admin that page. I think we're closing in on 24,000 members on that page, and it's just a wonderful safe haven. I monitor it very, very strictly. It's just a place for information, news, graphics, updates. It is not a page to gripe, a page to be negative or ask silly questions. It's simply a tool for you to use to be up-to-date information for them. Sadly, unfortunately, we do have people who take advantage, and, I use the word troll. If you look up the word troll on the internet, you'll see what that means. It's just people who just spend their days on the internet and just want to create drama. We don't allow that on that page, so please remove yourself if you cannot help yourself, and rest assured, if you want to send people to that page, know that I take this business, I take you, and I take the CTFO family very, very seriously. So that's a great resource for those who want to do social media. Already in the process, I'm working on a website to recognize our team leaders, working on all kinds of fantastic stuff. If you did not hear the last Tuesday night call, I strongly suggest you get that recording. You can find it on the Facebook page. The company sent out a broadcast email. Talk to your upline, listen to that recording. It's one of the best I've ever heard. And stay on. The co-founders did an amazing job with closing that call and really had a heart-to-heart. If you don't walk away with understanding what we have as being so special, not just in our products, not just in our copyrighted compensation plan, not just in our family, but having owners or founders that care so much about people and helping others. It really was great. They made two incredible announcements. I'll talk about each of those real quickly and kind of share with you what I think this means for each of us and what it means to everyone on this team. So the two huge announcements were this, in giving a little bit of history for the new people. So we have over 70 different products. Most of them are CBD and hemp-related products. And at our gala back in October, we were introduced to a company called Four Manufacturing, which had an oil called 10X Pure, because out of all the network marketing companies, and some of them very, very big, a lot bigger than where we are today, and in particular in the CBD space, we're begging for these guys to bring their 10X Pure to them. 10X Pure is an amazing oil. I don't want to use tonight's call to get into all the detail. There are some great recordings you can hear, great information you can hear, but it is just an amazing product. And when it's mixed with CBD, in layman's terms, it helps get the oil, the CBD oil, to the different areas of the body that it needs to get to without breaking down the CBD, okay? So basically you hear a lot of words about, absorption and water soluble and all these key words that people have always used, but we knew that by adding 10X Pure to our already amazing CBD, getting it, the transformation in areas absolutely takes a product, for example, like a 300 strength or a 500 strength or a 1500 strength, and it almost puts it times like 6 to 7 to 8 times the strength because of its ability to get to where it needs to go. We knew we had something special, something unique, something different than anyone else that was out there. And then what happened is it was so important to us that we actually, as a company, invested in 10X Pure. So we have part ownership in it. That tells you how much we believe in it. And as far as I know, we're the only network marketing company in the world that has ownership in actually the manufacturing of one of its products. So that being said, we've heard great testimonies, great things, and it really has set us apart from all of our competition. And everyone's going to tout and say something, why they're better, why this is best. But you really, to be able to do that, is you need science. You need proof. You need something there. Everyone on the planet's going to tell you mine is better than yours, okay? Every CBD company, every hemp company, no matter what it is, everyone's going to say, my product is better than your product, and this is why. And maybe they'll pay a famous spokesperson. They'll say, well, this celebrity says it, so that's got to make it true, which we know is not the case, okay? So about 3 to 4 months ago, the company went out and had a relationship with a very famous person. This individual has shared the stage with Zig Ziglar and Tony Robbins and all the famous people. He's written many books. He's world-renowned, and he's a marketing guy. He's helped a lot of companies become multi-million, multi-billion-dollar companies. And they have a great relationship with a guy by the name of David D'Arcangelo. And Stuart and the owners of 10X Pure got together for 3 days and talked about it and said, hey, are you willing to look at this? Are you willing to come aboard and be part of our family and help us? The information, the communication, everything that we need to set us apart so that our distributors, so you who are listening on the call tonight, makes your life so much more easier. So all you need to do is, hey, look at this video, or look at this science, or look at this literature, or go to my website, so that you don't need to do the explaining. You don't need to get into an argument with someone and saying why yours is better. All you need to do is to click and point, or to show some information that's out there. And we have found the master, one of the best people in the world, on how to market it. And that's what he's doing today. That's what he did all day today, all day tomorrow, is putting together all the materials, all the science that's already been done, all the future science that's coming out, all the literature that's necessary, all the documents that are necessary, all the videos, the 3-minute, the 5, all that stuff's going to be done for one day. So when David D'Arcangelo said, listen, if we're going to do this and do this right, it's got to work. I can't get behind. This guy's worth over $100 million, okay? He doesn't need to be here. He's a multi-millionaire. Again, his net worth is over $100 million. He doesn't need to be doing this. He does this because of his love for helping people and loving everyone, okay? So what David D'Arcangelo basically said was, to do this right, we have to have science. We've got to have proof. So he has a lot of people he knows in the industry, someone who's very, very famous actually in the industry of hemp. And for the last few months, they've been testing 10X Pure. And this past Sunday, okay, the scientist, the lab, said, you won't believe what we found. In our research, while we were doing due diligence to have the documentation to show you how the absorption's better and how when you take CBD, how it gets to breaking down the CBD, that's what we were researching. But while doing this, what we found is when we combined the 10X Pure with your CBD oil, and we mixed it together, which is what we call our 10X Pure, which is our product, right? We found something that was unbelievable. We found that in addition to that the CBDA is still intact, that it's getting to the areas of the liver, areas of the kidney. These are all scientifically proven things that were being seen. And it was amazing because if you do some research on CBDA, you'll be blown away of the health benefits and what CBDA means. So not only are you getting CBD and you're getting all the other types of CBDs that are part of it, but one of the most important, CBDA, is staying in its truest form and is getting to the parts of the body. Rather than waiting, and what they were going to do is they were going to announce this next week. Okay, that was the game plan. But the Leadership Council, who are great 12 members, had heard and said, we can't wait. We can't hold this information. So I know we would love to see that report. I know that we'd love to have the video. I know we would love to have those things. But we have a full-time marketing team headed by David D'Arcangelo, one of the top marketers in the world, who are doing that right now every day. So other than, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver a time frame, other than they just started working on it because they have all the materials. And this is just one of many, many studies to come. I had a chance actually to speak to Jeremy, the owner of Ford Manufacturing today, who will be in our call next Thursday. And he shared some things, I don't want to steal his thunder, that are absolutely amazing. So what does this mean to you? What does this mean to you, and what does this mean for CTFO? Well, the advantage. This CBD market is growing. We know that. We know that between now and the next 3 years, it's going to grow to $22 billion. That's what everyone is projecting. Okay, it's going to grow 40 times fold. Our goal as a company, out of all the hundreds, if not thousands, of CBD companies that are going to enter the space, is we want to be one of the top 5 companies in the world. Period. That's our goal. That's what David wants to do, and you'll hear that mission of doing that. So we're going to grow dramatically. I mean, our original goal was to go from $2 million a month to $30 million a month, but I think we're going to far surpass that. So you're involved in something in a really, really great time. And all the marketing, all the tools, all the information, all the science, all the videos, everything you're going to see is going to be basically done for you, where you just need to say, here it is. Okay? When you add those things to what we already have, which is with the money buying up, affordable products, calculated compensation plan, and then you add in science and marketing, it's an absolute game changer with a product that's exclusive and patented, so no one else can have it. There's no other company in the world that can offer what you have. And what we believe is that we're 3 years ahead of the trend, that no one will be able to do. Now, people will say, yes, we've got CBDA, and there are companies who have CBDA in their product, but at the end of the day, what is being absorbed? No matter what is being water soluble, what is actually, show us the proof, show us your liver test, show us the kidney test, show the different tests, your scientific proof that, yeah, it might be in your bottle and it might be there, but how is it getting to where it needs to do in its proper form, or it's doing the correct work? And we will have the proof to show that. So that was something that just couldn't be held off. So for those who choose to engage in the revolution, you can help other people in a big way, whether your goals are here to make a few $100s a week, which we have thousands of people doing, whether you want to make a few thousand a week, or if you want to make tens of thousands a week, it's all available here. The computer system doesn't care. All it knows is your ID number. For those who go out and share the most and share with other people, it's going to be amazing. And your website's going to be able to do that. Talking about the website, every day there are enhancements. Every day I go into that back office, I'm blown away. Reports that we want to see, ways to look at things. The training back there is off the wall. It's amazing. I know for those that are brand new that got started today, you're seeing it for the first time and you're probably blown away. Those who are used to something that before, it might be a little overwhelming because there's so much great stuff there. But I can just tell you this, a lot of times I get questions all through the answer to someone just took the time and spent some time in the back office searching around. There's so many great trainings and tools. We just live in a world that rather than educating ourselves, we just find it easier. I'll just send Michael, I'll just send my upline an instant message telling me when the answer's right there for you. It always makes me think about this. When you wanted to start a McDonald's, and if you wanted to buy a McDonald's franchise, I don't know what the cost is today, but I looked into it 20 years ago, and it was about $1 million just to buy a franchise. And you'd have to fly out and go to Hamburger U for 2 weeks, and you'd have to do all these things to own and operate a McDonald's franchise, okay? Great opportunity, but costs a lot of money up front, right, and a lot of time, okay? But they would give you a manual, right? And if you invested $1 million, right, what are you going to do with that manual? You're going to go home and you're going to read it, okay? I really wish $1,000 to join. And someone will say, well, what do you get for $10,000? Well, you're going to get a back office with all kinds of training and information. And what else? Nope, you're going to get a website to market to other people, the right to receive commissions, and a website with a bunch of information and training in the back office. Okay? I tell you one thing, it would take all the crybabies and whiners and those who are not willing to share with other people. If you spend $10,000, I assure you tomorrow what you'd be doing is sharing and talking to everyone you knew about this. So you've got to be able to treat this like a $10,000 investment, or $100,000, or $1 million. You know, the days that you don't feel like it, or something goes wrong, or a product is back ordered, or something happened with your shipping, or someone complained, or whatever it is, that's nothing. If you treat this like the business you want it to be, if your goals are, you know, I talk to people every day, and I'm like, well, how much you want to make? Oh, I want to make $100,000. What are you willing to invest? Oh, I have no money. Okay. How much time can you put into this? I don't know, a few hours a week. Okay. Are you willing to share this amazing product and opportunity with the people you love? Oh, no, I don't want to tell anyone. And then I'd say, well, wait a minute. You just told me you wanted to make $100,000 a year, right? Residual income, right? But you don't want to invest any money in trying the product, okay? You only want to spend a few hours a week doing it, right? And you're not willing to share it with anyone you love or care about. Okay. And then I basically tell that person, well, this opportunity really isn't for you. You've got to treat this business the way it is. So rather than sitting there, guys, and I'm not picking on people, but when I see things and I hear things from people, I get overwhelmed at people because I'm like, well, the reason maybe you're not having success is you're not treating this like a business, okay? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? What kind of money you want to make, right? If you really want to do well here, wouldn't you all the videos in the back office? Answer that question to you, okay? If the answer is you haven't, there's no excuse. Well, there's an excuse if you're here to make a few $100s a week, but you can't tell me you want freedom and unlimited residual income and build a large business if you're not willing to go back there and watch those unbelievable training videos, okay? Or learn things for yourself, so on and so forth. Or when something goes wrong, oh my God, you know, customer service, it was such a long wait. Yeah, it was a long wait. Think what happened. We transferred over 700,000 people to a new system, right? And when the transfer happened, right, those 700,000 people, the passwords didn't come over. And everyone needed a new password. Well, what do you think's going to happen? You don't think that everyone in the world is going to start calling the company, right? So we had a company that before the transfer happened, right, they were boom, 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 answering questions. Before you know, you have 1,000 people calling at one time. Right? Of course there's going to be long waits. Well, and looked in their spam filters or followed directions, they wouldn't have to do those things, okay? Or to track a package or all those things that are out there. So you've got to understand that that's part of it. But the good news is that we're over the hump. Your leadership has been fantastic. The co-founders, leaders in the field, they've been communicating with Ben Dixon and Naxim over a period of time. There's a list, and every day it gets banged out. More and more stuff. Every single day you can go back there and see something new. And once the entire back office is smoothly operating with every single report you can imagine, every tool that you can imagine, just a killer site. After that, starting next week, they're going to go into the front end of the site and make that already amazing marketing site even better. So the philosophy is CANI, constant and never-ending improvement, okay? Was it the most smoothest transition? No. Was it expected to be? No. You know, did some people quit over it? Yes. You're shaking the dead leaves from a tree. They never had what it took to be successful anyways. You know what I mean? Maybe they thought they did, but you know the little things, oh my God, customer service, waiting times. And then people go onto the Facebook page, and it blows me away. So they're trolling the internet saying, oh my God, I had to wait in line for so long. Really? Go out and start a business, okay? Go open up a restaurant, okay? You really want to deal with hard things in life? That's nothing. Don't treat this like a free business. Treat it like a multi-million-dollar business, and when you do, that's how you get paid, when you treat it that way. I wanted to bring up Canada. I talked about that in the email broadcast that I did, and I wanted to give kind of a general overview of my assumption of not assumption, kind of what's been happening. So everyone knows Canada is a unique situation. They love their Canadian family. They have a heart to that country and a commitment to that country to make sure that every leader and everyone who wants to fully engage in CTFO can. But there's been a massive, huge, unbelievable gray area what's happening in Canada, okay? And in October, Canada passed a law where marijuana became recreationally legal, okay? And before that period of time, the company invested, I don't know, it was $40,000 or $50,000 and hired a Canadian compliance consulting department or company that specializes in the cannabis, CBD, Health Canada. That's their forte, okay? So after investing all that money, right, rather than hearing what this attorney said or that attorney said, or that company that they hired, which is the best of the best, who knows and hobnobs and knows all the people at Health Canada, they know all this, they said, green light, go ahead and ship. It's still a gray area, but no one's going to get in trouble, no distributor's going to get in trouble, and gave the green light to ship, okay? And they also said that over the next few months, I think even in March of this year, some of the laws are going to continue to change, and said, listen, at the border you could talk to 10 different people and hear 10 different things. You could talk to different attorneys who are going to give you a different opinion because it's such a darn gray area. But what CTFO said is, hey, we've paid this consultant, we believe in him. If he says it's okay to ship, we're going to ship. Now, in that process, and no matter what you guys heard, the truth was that between 5% to 10%, more like 5%, were being stopped at the border, okay? And what CTFO did, like any other, refund your money or we will send a replacement on us. And if that doesn't go through, we'll then refund your money. Now, from a business standpoint, that's one of the most stupidest things in the world that anyone can do. Anyone. There's no network marketing company or business in general that'd be willing to say, hey, we'll take all the risk, we'll ship it, we'll pay for refunds if you don't get it, and oh, by the way, if you want us to resend you another one, we'll just double down and do it again, okay? Because we know how important it is, how great this product is, and it's how it's helping people, and we love and care for our Canadians. That was their philosophy, right? Sadly, an individual or some individuals who made it seem like it was like, oh my God, there's thousands and thousands of things being stuck at the border, and made up all these complete fake news lies, really went ahead and ruined it for everyone else. Because other things began to happen, and then they said, hey, you know something, they made a decision and said, you know something, enough is enough. Now, what does that mean for our Canadian family? Well, first of all, we're still in Canada, okay? We have a great business opportunity. There are 10 amazing products that you can still order, 10. Any one of those 10 alone you could start a network marketing company on, okay? This is very temporarily. They have already worked with, they're trying to form a partnership to have a warehouse. They're working on all kinds of things. It could be next week. It could be 2 weeks. It could be I don't know how long this temporary thing is, but sadly, rather than people trolling the internet and making mountains out of molehills, the company, I tip my hat for them saying, you know something? Well, thankfully now they're going to be saving money rather than losing money. But I can guarantee you this. If you're a Canadian and you're listening in, I guarantee you that Stuart and Michael and Steve love you. They care about you, and their commitment to being Canada is admirable. They are 1,000,000,000% committed to your country, and sorry for the temporary delay, again, in terms of not shipping, but rest assured they will be shipping there again, hopefully sooner than later. But in the meantime, right, you can still be building a business in CBD for those in the United States, whether through social media or calling or ads or whatever you want to do. There are other products that you can try in the meantime. So while it's not the greatest thing, be thankful for a great company that we have. I think they're going to grandfather you in at your titles that you're in. They're doing such incredible things. So just be thankful for that. And guys, this is just part of being a pioneer. The CBD hemp space is a gray area. It has been and will be for quite some time. But that's what makes it such a great opportunity. A, why is it a gray area? Why do I think it is? It works. We've lived in a time and age where people would sell snake oil or tell you that this type of vitamin or this type of juice and, all the things that we've heard and seen. We truly have a product that is really changing people's lives. I've never seen more people. If we just had a regular product that people were just trying to do for network marketing, and whether it was pics or a widget or whatever it was, and they didn't care what it was. I remember Steve Finger. One of the things that he cared, they didn't care about making money in Canada. So shame on you. Shame on you if you're listening to this call and you're one of those trolls and thought it was about money. They were losing money every day in Canada, okay? So it wasn't about money or this or that. What they really wanted is they wanted to help people in Canada with their health and with their wealth, and that was a big thing that's over there. So I wish I can give you a date, but rest assured, every day they're working on it. They'll be back there very, very soon. You can do one of two things. You can quit, or you can keep. You would miss that over there. And I'm just being transparent and honest with everyone when it comes to those things over there. So those are the things that I wanted to touch on tonight. I wanted to touch on things as what was happening in Canada, which I think is great in terms of that the company's not losing money. And I think that if you're interested in trying another product, there's a list of 10 that are great. You still get paid, you can still have the business, so on and so forth. And I want to touch on 10X Pure. What does that mean for you and your future? Jeremy will be here next week on our call next Thursday. His son is actually having a wrestling match next Thursday, but he promised me he would run out into the parking lot and get on a call so we can get a bunch of questions answered. I just want to tell everyone how excited I am. We are literally having a record week with new people coming in. So I want to welcome those new people. And for all the existing people, how much to call it a night. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Valentine's Day. Make it a great night. Bye-bye for now.